Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to Friday Flow. This is a 50-minute class. We'll go until 9:20. If you are visiting from a site that isn't mine, that isn't FOHO, please make sure you type it into the chat box so I know where you're visiting from. And as always, take this workout at whatever pace you need to today, and always be mindful of your body and how you are feeling. So we're actually going to start down on our back. I just wanted you guys to come down to the floor before we started. But let's go ahead and come all the way down onto our back. And as usual, a couple times during class, I'll come up to the screen just to check on you guys. Go ahead and keep moving now. We don't need a block. I don't know why I'm holding that. Okay, so let's start down on the ground. We're actually going to keep our knees bent. So nice and flat. And I would encourage you guys to just close your eyes here. And we're going to place one hand on our chest and one hand on our belly. And we're just going to tune into our breathing as we start our Friday Flow class this morning. So I want you to think about taking big deep breaths in through your nose, feeling the chest and the belly rise as you do that. And as you exhale, feeling your body and your back connecting to the mat, below you, and just letting it all out on that exhale. And with each breath in and each breath out, challenging yourself to hold on to that breath for a couple of seconds, rather than just maybe one or two. So maybe try to count to 5 in your head on your next inhale and count to 5 on your exhale as you let it go. So try that one more time with your hands on your chest and belly, and then we're just going to switch up our hand placement. Okay, so this time you can keep your eyes closed, but place your hands along the side of your rib cage. So feel your rib cage here and place your fingers on top of that. And now this time as you inhale, I want you to imagine that you're pushing your hands away from one another and expanding that rib cage out towards the sides of the room. And then as you exhale, drawing those fingers closer together and sort of stitching your rib cage together. So inhale, they expand out to allow air to fill into those lungs. And then as you exhale, you sort of stitch that rib cage together, pull everything in. So let's do that a couple of times. Remember, big deep breaths, inhale, feel that space expand out towards the sides of the room, and then exhale, stitching that rib cage together. And also starting to activate that core here as well. So when we are doing those standing poses, thinking about stitching that rib cage together and starting to engage those core muscles. Great. So let's do one more here. Nice and easy. All right, so now you can just move your hands and take them down by your side. You can open your eyes here if you'd like, or feel free to keep them closed. Our feet are planted on the floor. Our knees are bent, and we're just going to do a windshield wiper exercise with our legs. So you're just going to simply drop your legs and your knees from side to side, like a pair of windshield wipers. So allowing the hips to sort of come off the mat a little bit. Just start to warm those hips up, side to side. And now just extend those arms overhead, whether it's goalpost or they're stretched all the way out. Whatever feels good for your body. Continue to do that windshield wiper motion with your legs. Let's do a couple more. And then we'll come into a spinal twist, do something a little different that I haven't done with you guys in a while. Okay, so you're gonna fold over onto your left side. You're gonna sort of make a fetal position like you're a baby. So you're gonna bring those knees together. So if you're not sure, you can take a look at my screen. My head is on the floor, I have my arms extended, I have my right hand on top of my left. So our knees are close into our chest, fetal position. As we inhale, we're gonna extend that top arm, keeping it straight. And then exhale, we're gonna twist over that shoulder. So the twist is coming from the shoulder and the waist here. And then we're gonna slowly come back to the other side. So inhale here, exhale, we open and we twist. And your head can move with this as well. Inhale, take the hand back down. We're gonna do this 3 more times on this side. Exhale. So the legs and knees don't move, but doing this nice and slow 2 more times to really open up through the shoulders. We're gonna practice triangle pose today, so we wanna really open up through the shoulder and chest region. Bring this 1 more time. Open, maybe hang out here for a couple extra seconds to really get into the shoulders, and then slowly come back. Okay, so we're just gonna flip over and do the other side. So nice and easy. I'm gonna face away from you now, but it's the same thing on the other side. So you're finding that fetal position, right? Just like a baby, knees are in, arms are extended. And then inhale, we reach, now it should be that left arm, or whatever the other side is for you, and then exhale, bring it back. Trying to keep your knees together and just doing the twist in the upper body. And exhale, come back. So a couple more, reach, turning the head with it. So I notice on this side, I'm a lot tighter, but just continue to breathe through those tight muscles. Sometimes tensing up our breath or doing really short breaths can actually make them feel a little bit tighter. So remember, long, deep breaths. 2 more times. And then 1 more time here. Big inhale and exhale. Maybe you hold that for a couple extra seconds. Imagine like you're wringing out a towel, big stretch, and then slowly come back. All right, and from here, we're just gonna place those hands on the mat, extend our legs so that we slowly slide ourselves up. We're now gonna find a tabletop position. So hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and coming into a nice cat-cow. So inhale, we lift the chest, our belly drops to the floor, and then exhale, we pull that chin to our chest. And then again, inhale. So big, deep breaths. Now we're working into that low back. We'll do 2 more. And then we're gonna make circles with our torso. Okay, so we're gonna circle in one direction. You're just gonna come up, make that circle. So here we're really stretching through the wrists. But also sort of stretching through the hips a little bit. You're gonna do 1 more circle in that same direction, and then I want you to shift your weight and go to the other direction in those circles. So nice and easy, just sort of warming up the back and the body. We'll do 1 more. Nice and easy. Okay, so now we're gonna come down into our chest and belly. Sort of all the way down. This is a little bit different here. I want you to place your arms down by your side and turn your head completely to the right side. And just close your eyes and lay here for a moment. Allow your shoulders to roll forward. We're also stretching out the neck here because we have the floor, sort of forcing us to turn our head, cheek onto the floor here. Get that neck stretch. We'll take 1 more breath and then just turn our head to the other side. So just slowly lift up, bring your head back to the center, and then exhale, you turn over to that left side. Make sure your ear and your cheek are all the way on the mat. Breathe here for just a few seconds. Then slowly bring your head back to the center. We're gonna go ahead and tuck those toes. Get ready to press ourselves up into a downward facing dog. So start to engage those core muscles. Tuck your hips under, hands under the shoulders. You're gonna gently press yourself up and back to find a nice down dog. Feel free to pedal out your heels here. Hold on to that down dog. We're gonna be here for a couple of breaths. Remember those modifications. You can come down to your knees or even do this on your forearms. Good job. Okay, we have more people join. Good morning, you guys look great. So hang out in this down dog for a couple more seconds. Wanna get nice and warm. We're gonna come into a hip stretch next. So let's do 2 more breaths in that down dog. Pressing your chest towards your thighs. 1 more big deep breath. And on our next inhale, we're gonna bend those knees and sit those hips way back. Exhale, you're just gonna start to walk your feet towards your hands. And here you can always take your hands off the mat if you need that extra modification or maybe a block, so whatever you need. We're now in a forward fold. Once you relax your head here completely. Nod your head yes, it's Friday. Shake your head no. Still need to get through this workout, right? And then slowly reach those arms up. Maybe that's also a yes. And let's bring those palms together as we take our gaze up at those hands. And then exhale. Bring our hands to heart center. We're going to take our hands down by our sides and find a nice strong mountain pose here for just 2 breaths. So in mountain pose, your hands are down by your side. You're opening up through your chest and your shoulders. Pressing energy down through your fingertips into the floor, standing nice and tall. And then inhale, reach those arms back up. Exhale, we're going to swan dive it forward. Leaning forward with the chest. Inhale, we come into a nice halfway lift. Driving those hips back, pulling those shoulder blades together. Neck is long, 1 more breath. And then exhale, hands come down. Let's go and step right back to that down dog. So here's our hip stretch coming up. We're gonna go into low lunge on both sides. Before we start our first flow. So let's bring those feet together. This is a little tricky. I know we're still warming up, so just do what you can. So as we inhale, let's start with that left leg. You're gonna reach it all the way up as high as you can. As you exhale, bend the knee. You're just gonna place that foot right in between your hands. We're then gonna lower it down on our back knee, okay? So untuck that toe, it's a low lunge that we're doing. You're gonna lift your chest. And just like we were doing in our breathing exercise, I want you to stitch that rib cage together. Tuck those hips under, inhale, arms up, exhale, hold. So low lunge. And lots of options here. If arms up is a little too much for your balance or your shoulders or your back, you can always have hands at your chest, maybe hands on your hips, whatever you'd like. So we're gonna hold here for a few more breaths. As you're here, I want you to tuck those hips under and sort of squeeze your glute, your back leg here, so that we're not totally falling on our knee, okay? Want to keep that core engaged. We are pressing through that hip. 1 more breath. Inhale, take those hands down. Exhale, we retuck our back toe. We lift our knee off the floor, and then we step back to down dog. So we'll do the other side, and then go through our flow. So now it's our right leg. Inhale, lifts off the floor. Exhale, bend that knee. Place your foot in between your hands. Maybe you give it a little bit of a push, like I did. Lower that knee to the floor. Untuck your back toes. Find your balance first. It all starts from the core. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hold. Low crescent lunge. So remember, we hold here for a few breaths. Go ahead and tuck those hips under. Squeeze that glute so we don't put all of our weight into that low back. Stitch that rib cage together. One more breath. That's it, good. Inhale, take those hands down. Excellent. Retuck that back toe. Lift your knee off the floor. Step it on back to down dog. Here's our first flow. Inhale, we come forward to the high plank. You guys know it. Exhale, our knees and chest lower, or feel free to go through that full chaturanga. Inhale, we lift up for baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog, or child's pose. Hold that there. We're gonna go through it 2 more times. One cue I wanna give you. Imagine you have $1 million under your armpits. You don't wanna let that cash go, right? So as you come down, make sure that you keep your elbows straight back and you're squeezing that $1 million in your armpits. That's our cue. Okay, let's try it. Inhale, come forward to your plank. You're holding that $1 million. Exhale, lower down. You're still holding on to it, so your elbows go straight back. We untuck those toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Still holding on to it. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog. Perfect. Stay right there. So hopefully that encourages your shoulders to stay back. We sometimes tend to put them out to the side, right? Let's do it one more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Knees and chest. Inhale, baby cobra. We're going a little bit faster, get the body warm. Exhale, down dog. Woo, good job. So remember, at any point, you can always find that nice child's pose to relax and get back into it when you're ready. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk those feet to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up. Big deep breath, palms come together at the top. Exhale, we lower. Arms come down for that mountain pose. Hold here for 2 breaths. Pulling those shoulders down and back. One more breath. And then release. So we're going to switch things up just a little bit and come to face this screen. We're going to come right into the center of our mat. Okay. So we're going to start with our feet together here. And inhale, we're going to reach those arms up. And then exhale, we're going to take that right arm down. So you're going to bend that right arm, slowly float it down. Take your gaze up towards that left hand. So sort of a side stretch. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, that left arm. So it slowly comes down. See if I bend my elbow and then I let it go. Let's continue that side to side. Inhale and exhale. Think of a nice side stretch through the body. Inhale up and exhale. And also rotating that chest to look up at your hand. So one more on each side. Inhale, exhale, lower. One more, inhale, and exhale, lower. Perfect, come to the top. And now we're gonna make those cactus arms right here, okay? So you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Hold on to those cactus arms, maybe wiggle those fingers a little bit. So we're gonna add on something here. I want you to pull them back a little more as you inhale. Exhale, you're gonna come into a little ball, okay? Bring your elbows to your knees, folding forward, and then inhale, we come back up. So opening up through the front side of the body. Maybe you lean back here, and then exhale, come together. Keep going, I'll show you from the side. Inhale, we reach, and then exhale, we fold it all in. We're rounding the spine there. Great, couple more times, inhale. And exhale. Working through the body, really opening it up 2 more times. Exhale, then we're gonna move into our legs. One more, inhale and exhale. And then just roll it up from here. Awesome. Okay, let's bring those feet wide. So this wide-legged stance, our hamstrings are not super warmed up, so we'll come back to this towards the end of class. Here, I want you to reach those hands behind you. Maybe you're interlacing your fingers together, and maybe you're just here. So wherever you're at, find that spot. Bring those feet nice and wide. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Take your head back, lift up through the chest, and then if you feel comfortable, you're gonna slowly lower your chest. You also wanna press your hips back while you are doing this. So maybe you stop halfway. Maybe you're ready to lift those arms up a little higher over your head, and you come down. But take a few breaths wherever you're at. I'm just gonna show you from the side. Slight bend in those knees if you need to. On the side, doing this. Hold there. It's also gonna get us ready for our humble warrior. So let's try a couple more breaths. And maybe you're just reaching your hands to the floor, and that's also okay. Let's try one more breath. And then we're all gonna release those hands to the floor. Relax your head. You could reach for a block here. Try to press your palms and hands into the floor. We're gonna relax your head completely so there's no tension in that neck. Sort of roll forward onto the balls of your feet, and you're gonna shift back a little bit onto your heels. Not too much so you don't fall back though. So shift forward, inhale, exhale back. Inhale, shift the balls of those feet from your toes, and then exhale back to those heels. Let's just try 2 more shifts. Inhale and exhale, keeping my hands on the floor. 1 more, and shift, and just stay right here. So now we're getting into those hamstrings. I want you to heel toe those feet together. Bend the knees and go heel, toe, until your feet come all the way together. So now we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together, and exhale. Great, let's come to the front of our mat. So here we go, getting started with our first standing flow. We're a little bit warmer. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, release. Let's step our right foot back, warrior 1. Glue your heel to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, arms come up. Hold this, warrior 1. Good job, guys. A couple more breaths. So remember, we're gonna go into a humble warrior and do that same shoulder stretch that we just did. So on your next breath, take those arms down. Inhale, exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together or interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, start to lower your chest towards your back. Nice and slow. We'll go through it a couple times. So the first round, we're just taking it slow. Big deep breaths. Relaxing that head. Remember, you don't have to interlace those fingers. You could just be squeezing your shoulder blades together. Press into that back heel. Don't forget about that back heel. And then inhale, we're gonna come all the way back up. Exhale, we're gonna open up now to that triangle. So those arms come down. So that's why we were really getting into that twist in our warm-up coming from the shoulders, right? So both legs are straight. Inhale, reach forward as the hips go in the opposite direction, right? Sort of shaking those hips a little bit. And then as we exhale, we start to add that rotation and that front arm starts to lower. Once we're there, we can gently push against our knee to encourage a little more of a twist and a rotation. Hold it right there. So I didn't say this before, but if you've got a wall, you could practice this. Woo! Up against that wall, okay? So just an action. Imagine you're falling into that wall behind you though. Modification, hand can come to your hip. If that extension is a little too much for your shoulder, take 1 more breath into this tricky. Inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and cartwheel those hands down. Great job. Take them down on either side of that foot. Run this high lunge, or low lunge, sorry. And then exhale, step back, down dog. Awesome. Inhale forward to that high plank. Exhale, lower knees and chest. We're gonna catch in those armpits. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down and back. We'll do the other side. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk. And maybe ready to jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach those arms up, big deep breath. Palms come together, and exhale. Lower to heart center. Arms come down. Mountain pose, just for 2 deep breaths. And then we'll do the other side. 1 more breath, nice and tall. And then inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive it forward. So now it's our left leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale. So set that left leg back. Warrior 1, glue your heel into the floor. Reach those arms up and hold. So try to shift those hips to face the front, even though they might want to turn out. Tuck those hips under. Our humble warrior is coming up next, and then go right into that triangle pose. So 1 more breath in your warrior 1. Go ahead and inhale, take those arms down. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, or maybe interlace. Inhale, lift up. So you pull those hands down as you lift your chest and your neck here. And then exhale, we gently lower our chest to our thigh. So I'll do a little modification here if you want to follow. So just squeezing those shoulder blades together, and I'm just coming to a flat back. Hold on to that for a few more breaths. You want to relax your head and try to get the top of your head to meet the floor. Good job. Hold on to that. Can you press into that back foot so we don't forget it's there? You might feel all that weight on that front leg. Press into that back foot. You guys look really good. 1 more breath. Press in that back foot. Inhale, lift yourself up. Arms up, and then exhale. Let's find that triangle. So I'm just going to switch around so you can see me. Stay right where you're at. Triangle pose. Reach forward. So I want my back to you. Hips go the opposite direction, right? And then exhale. Here's that twist and rotation, but nice and slow for the first round. Gently press into that knee, and then start to open up. Maybe take your gaze up with your hand. And as you exhale, maybe you lower down a little bit, and maybe you get a little more of a twist. If you have a wall right behind you, maybe you lean into it. Oh yeah, that really gets that stretch. Hold it right there, guys. Just be careful of any wall arc that you have. Let's try 1 more breath. Press into that back foot. Inhale. Woo, exhale, let's cartwheel those hands down. And down dog. And of course, here you don't have to do this floor flow, right? You can just come right to a child's pose. But if you want to go through it, inhale, come to that nice strong plank. Tuck those hips under. Exhale, knees and chest. Or full chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck the toes. Down and back, hold your down dog. So we're gonna go through that a second time. We're not gonna add anything on. We're just gonna go through those 2 poses 1 more time, okay? So we're back to that right side. As you inhale, I want you to bend your knees, and exhale, walk or jump those feet up to the top. We're gonna find that forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up, big deep breath. Palms come together, maybe you lean back here a little bit, hands to heart center. Extend those arms down, mountain pose. So same exact thing, I'm gonna pick up the pace just a tiny bit. So feel free to slow it down or move a little faster if you'd like. 1 more breath in that mountain pose. Finding a little more length here, and then inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Step that right foot back. Warrior 1. Pull those abs in. Inhale, arms up. And hold. So now we're building that heat. We might be able to find a little more space in the body. We can get a little bit deeper into some of these poses, right? Inhale, those arms come down. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift that chest. Exhale, lower. Whatever modification you are taking. So we're going to continue to hold here for a couple of breaths. Maybe you get an inch lower this time. Press into that back foot, relax your head. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 1 more breath. Inhale, press up to the top. Exhale, release those arms. Take them up, inhale, straighten those legs, and exhale, lower them down. Get ready for triangle pose. Inhale, reach as those hips go in the opposite direction, and exhale, lower. So it's really a side bend here. Use your legs for a little bit of assistance. Maybe find that wall again, if you're close by to one. Remember those modifications. Be mindful of your body this morning. Can you twist a little bit more and take your gaze at your hand? Wrist on top of that shoulder. One more breath. Push into that back foot. Inhale. Use those core muscles to pull you up. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Woo, and then go ahead and press back. Down dog. Great job. Other side. First, this flow. Inhale for a plank or maybe a child's pose. Exhale, lower. Right? Inhale and exhale. Maybe your wrists have just had enough. So whatever you need to do here. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Find that forward fold. And then inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together. Exhale, heart center. Extend those arms down. Hands by your hips, mountain pose. 2 deep breaths, finding length here. One more. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're moving a little bit faster. Step your left foot back, warrior one. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, hold. So pulling those hips under, trying to get that back leg nice and straight here. Should feel warmer with each minute that goes by. Breathing into those muscles. One more breath. Inhale, those arms come down. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, humble warrior. So just let go of anything here that you were holding on to that is not good for you. Just let it go. As you exhale, can you lower another inch? And then press into that back foot as you inhale. Exhale, release those arms. Inhale, arms up, straighten those legs. Exhale, little twist, get ready for triangle. Inhale, reach forward, hips go in opposite direction. And then exhale. That little side crunch. And we start to open up through our shoulder. Get nice and low, try to reach that foot. Reach your hand for the inside of your foot, or maybe find that wall. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. So I know at FOHO you guys, we used to do this, right? Used to find the wall. Ooh, you get a nice big stretch. 1 more breath wherever you're at. And then push into that back foot. Inhale, pull yourself up. Woo, exhale, cartwheel it down. Nice job. Step on back, down dog. Through this flow, they're gonna switch things up a little bit. Inhale, plank. Exhale. $1 billion in those armpits. Inhale, lift. You're holding on to it. Exhale, down dog. Relax the head here. You're in down dog or child's pose. 2 more breaths. Really pressing through those heels. And then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Reach those arms up as we inhale. Palms come together. Exhale. Take a breather. Okay, let's come to the front or the center of our mat. How's everyone doing so far? We good? All right, awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna try, we're gonna do warrior 2, which I know you guys are familiar with. We're just gonna get into it a little bit differently. So let's start back here in that wide-legged stance. Remember, we're coming back to this. We're a little bit warmer now, hopefully a lot bit warmer, okay? So feet are as wide as you can get them. You can always adjust if you need to. So we're gonna take our hands here, right at our chest. So we're gonna first turn out that left hip. So keeping this right foot where it's at, we're not moving that one. We're just gonna open up that left hip and start to turn our foot with it, right? So open up that hip, turn, place your foot down. Bend that knee and keep this leg right where it was. Toes are facing that way, and knees are facing this way, okay? So keep your hands here, shoulders down. Now I want you just to extend your arms out without moving those shoulders and creeping up towards your ears, okay? So inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, lower. Let's keep our arms steady. 2 more, inhale and exhale. It's just a different way of getting the warrior 2. 1 more, inhale and exhale. Good. So look down at your knee. Make sure it's right over that toe and not falling in or falling out. Tuck those hips under, right? 1 more breath here. Inhale, flip that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Reverse. Big side stretch. Take a few breaths here. 1 more breath, then we're going to try 1 more pose here in this sequence. As we inhale, lower this forearm to your thigh. Keep your hips low and extend that top arm over. So now we're making an extended side angle, right? From your fingertips all the way down the body to your toes. You should be making a nice straight diagonal line. Now if your hips are up here a little bit, I want you to drop them. I know it's hard. Try to drop them. Press into those pinky toes. Hold it here. 1 more breath. And then push back. Inhale. Exhale. Take that back heel off the floor. Rotate to the front so we can cartwheel our hands down. And press back. Down dog. Ooh, good job. We'll add on a little bit. Next time we get there. Inhale, bend those knees. We're not going to go through this floor sequence here. Exhale, just walk your feet up to your hands, okay? Forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together. And exhale. Mountain pose, hands down. Take 2 breaths. Nice and tall. 1 more. Okay, let's come back to face the front. So, same thing on the other side. Feet nice and wide. So this time it's going to be that right hip that opens. This left foot stays glued to the floor. Hips and toes facing front. Hands in prayer, take a breath. Open up that hip. Turn your foot out without rotating this leg, right? That's the tricky part. Now you're going to go ahead and bend that knee. But still keep this straight and tuck those hips under. And now without those shoulders coming up to your ears, extend your arms. And now look over that arm. Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Adjust if you need to. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. So find your lowest point on this exhale. Tuck those hips under. Nice strong arms and press through that back leg. 1 more breath. Then we find that peaceful warrior. Inhale, flip that palm. Exhale, take it back, peaceful warrior. So big stretch. Take your gaze up at that hand. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, without moving your hips. Take this front arm, bend the elbow. Lower your forearm to your thigh, and then just simply extend this arm up. So you guys see how I'm making a nice straight line on a diagonal with my body here. Hold it. So for you, this might be it. When we go through it again, we're gonna add a little bit more on if you want, but hold it here. Remember, if hips are up, I want you to drop them. Imagine you're in a side plank. So rotate open through your hips and your shoulders, like you're in a side plank. 1 more breath, push into that back foot. Woo, exhale, heel comes off the floor. We slowly rotate and cartwheel our hands down, and we step on back. Down dog. Remember, no floor sequence here. Just catch your breath. Maybe a quick child's pose. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, walk those feet up. Forward fold. Relax here for a moment. Inhale, those arms come up. Big deep breath. Palms come together. Exhale. Mountain pose, hold. 2 breaths. And then 1 more time through. 1 more breath. Okay, let's come back to the center. All right, so feet nice and wide, so same thing. A little bit faster, and we're gonna add on a little bit more with that extended side angle if you want. Okay, so now We start with that left hip. Opens out, rotate that foot open. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee, extend those arms. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale. So make sure that other foot is still facing forward. One more inhale. Exhale, find your lowest point. Tuck those hips under. Look down at your knee. Perfect. Let's flip that palm, inhale. Exhale, take it back. Peaceful warrior. Slide that hand on the back of the leg. Maybe you bend and reach for that opposite hip. Just a little extra there. One more breath. And then inhale, let's lower down to extended side angle. Forearm reaches down. Right arm reaches up and hold. So you can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, try to reach that hand a little bit lower towards your heel, the inside of your foot. And then maybe you take that arm around and reach for the opposite hip. Maybe you find a bind here. So I know we're feeling that front leg. I encourage you to press weight into that back leg. Okay, so wherever you're at, maybe you're just here. Try to hold it for one more breath. Inhale, lift back up. Woo, exhale. Cartwheel those hands. You guys are awesome. Step back. Now this time, let's step right into a three-legged dog. It's our final challenge. So that left leg, kick it all the way up. As high as you can. Exhale, take your knee into your chest. Find that plank. Hold it for a few breaths. Option, you can lower that knee to the floor. Once you really pull that knee up to your chest, work those abs, keep your neck long. Can you lift it up a little bit higher? 2 more breaths, hold it. Knee a little closer. Inhale, kick it up, exhale, lower. Excellent. So, child's pose, or let's go through our flow. Final time on each side. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold that there. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk or jump. We're almost done, guys. Forward fold. Inhale, reach those arms. Palms come together. Exhale, lower. Mountain pose. Hold here 2 breaths. A little bit taller, 1 more breath. All right, center the mat. Feet wide, we'll go right into it. So our last working sequence here. Palms come together, open up that right hip. Turn that foot out. Inhale here, exhale, bend the knee, extend those arms. Inhale up, exhale. So adjusting as you need to, 2 more. We also want to keep that torso straight down and not leaning forward, okay? So hold here, warrior 2. So your chest and shoulders are stacked right on top of those hips, good. Hold it, inhale, flip that palm, exhale, peaceful warrior. We're opening up our heart to the sky here. We're looking up at that hand, maybe that arm reaches around for the other hip here into a little bind. And then inhale, we come back down. Exhale, extended side angle. And reach. So you can hold right here. Remember the hip. If you're looking into your screen, you can see yourself. Go ahead and adjust yourself. Keep those hips low. If you want a little more, slide that hand down. Reach for the inside of that foot. Maybe you reach that top arm around for a bind. So whatever you have here, hold on to it. Just want to see it 2 more breaths. Okay, keep those hips low. Big deep breath, good. 1 more breath. Remember, open up and twist the shoulder and the hip. Ooh, you guys look good. And then slowly press into that back leg. Woo, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel. 3-legged dog on this side. Okay, other foot. Step it up. It's that right leg inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Remember, we hold it for a few breaths. You can lower to that back knee. Hold it here. Remember, hips are low. Right in line with your shoulders. Can you breathe your knee closer to your chest? Squeeze those abs. Hold and breathe. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, kick it up. Woo. Exhale down. So child's pose, or go through the sequence 1 more time. Whatever you'd like. And then when you're done, we're all going to find a nice child's pose. knees wide, feet together, forehead to the floor. Let that heart rate come down. You guys were great. And slowly walk those hands back up. We're going to slowly go back down to our chest and belly. So the same pose we did in the very beginning. You're going to come all the way down here. Arms down by your side. Turn your head to the right and just relax. Maybe feel the difference in your body this time. Obviously a little warmer, but maybe it feels also a little bit better. A little more stretched out, a little less tension. Inhale, head to the center. Exhale, and just turn to the other side. So just continue to let that heart rate come down. We just got a few more minutes left. We'll have a nice Shavasana at the end. Feel my heart pumping. And then slowly bring your head back. Let's go ahead and just come into a nice cobra. Make sure those legs are wide, hands right into those shoulders. Inhale, we lift up, drawing those shoulders down and back. Exhale, lower. You can try to lift a little bit higher if you are okay with that this morning. Inhale, lift up, and exhale. One more time. So if you're feeling good, maybe a little higher. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Ooh. All right, let's tuck those toes in very, very slowly. You're going to press yourself up. We're going to come down onto our back. Just a few down here before we end. I'll play a song for you guys for the last 2 minutes of our relaxation. So slowly come down. We have 1 minute here just to stretch before we do our Shavasana. So let's go ahead and pull those knees into our chest. You're going to rock side to side. So we really work those hips and legs. So I want you to find sort of a butterfly stretch here. Soles of the feet together, knees out. And just pull your feet towards your chest here. Pushing those knees out. So we could, of course, do this seated. But this way, you don't have to worry about your upper body folding forward or having any tension. Just relax it down. And while we're here, let's go ahead and find a nice happy baby, right? So grab the sides of those feet, extend those legs up, or maybe a straddle, maybe you rock side to side to massage your back. And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna bring those feet down. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on the music here. So you can just come right into a Shavasana, which is really whatever pose is relaxing for you. You can just do a regular corpse pose, or if you want to do an inversion first. So if you have that wall, maybe legs up the wall, maybe just a standard bridge, right? If you practice yoga regularly, maybe it's plow or wheel. So whatever you would like to do, okay? I'll let you do that. I'm just gonna play a song for you.
Battery, high. Connected to Pixel 2.
Just keep your focus on your breathing. If you find your mind start to wander, You're going to slowly start moving your head from side to side. Start to move the legs around. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Extend those legs straight out. Reach your arms all the way overhead. Take a big deep breath here. Squeeze every muscle in your body. And exhale, let it go. Slowly bend your knees so that you can roll over gently to one side. And then when you're ready, just sit yourself up. Find a nice, comfortable seated position as we end class today. And then all together, we will inhale, reach those arms up, taking a big deep breath. Palms come together, lower them down to heart center. Just closing your eyes for a moment and thanking yourself for making the time for you. It's so important to do that. Just know that we are all in this together and we are here for each other. And I really appreciate all of you guys coming to class this morning to share this practice with one another. And we'll open our eyes. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And we will say that to one another by saying namaste. Thank you guys. Woo. Thank you so much for coming.